My name is Ivan Manjo, and I'm from Uganda. That's the central bit of it, which is the capital. That's Kampala. So I just come from the south, place called Uganda. I would say all the if you find like the media, if you go ahead and maybe capture like an event or which is anti-government, definitely you'll be in trouble. There's no free media as such, Because your question, like they will manipulate the media, either you for them, if you're not for them, they'll of course they'll treat you as an enemy. They have to. Of course, they'll make it look like it's a free media, but when you go in depth, of course, our journalists, like on a personal basis, they'll be threatened. So most of them, like they kind of withdraw back. Because so if they don't personally, like intimidate the video journalists, they'll maybe kind of like intimidate the owners, threaten them, like, we'll withdraw your licenses, stuff like that. Social media really caused them, a headache because it's so hard to control the, social media. If I see something, I'll grab it on my WhatsApp, share it, and people will know. So I want a kind of wait for the government, owned, media stations and all that, the free media. But you will find like journalists trying to capture stuff like that, because you have, with the regulations, you have to come, of course, cladded in your attire, like your workplace and all that. Me as a passerby, if I see anything which makes me also go Facebook Live, the next thing you find it, So there's no way the government can actually control my phone. And you don't even know who's grabbing what. People got in watches with cameras, people got in like, pencils with cameras. So this is the only way they've actually fought back, especially journalists, showing fellow journalists being mistreated because they already know it makes news. Capturing, events like, journalists being beaten or even their equipment being destroyed, of course, trying to destroy evidence. And, even like the security, personnel, like mistreating citizens, things like that you rarely see. The same as somehow you find like pictures coming out.
Yeah.
And even the government just wonders where they're coming from, but they're live pictures and people can be identified. And like recently there was a scenario where civilians, of course army operatives, here like an FBI will come and stop you and identify himself and handle you calmly. But some of these guys in civilian wear, they come beat up people on the streets with not even pistols or something like, find like AK, these big guns. And it's like a movie, it's just a mess. And it was all got on camera and it really caused the scene. Because the guys are like, we're trying to, we're democratic. But then like the media is kind of like, especially social media, has exposed them. The dictatorship, because now it has no control over it and it really hurts him a lot. Kind of crack down on the social media. So what they did, you see the way here you pay for your, like on my WhatsApp, or if I pay for my T-Mobile, everything, like I can virtually do everything. But now in Uganda they introduced social media tax. So it was funny when they introduced it, because at first the president said like, people use social media too much, like to do, like rumor mongers and all that, talking ill about the government and all that. That was the first way he brought it up. But then I'm like, people use social media differently. Other people promote, like the singers, the musicians, promote their their
brand,
shows,
yeah.
business personnel. That era, most of them, they don't really know too much about the social media. They're really trying to, crack it down, but it's gonna be, then guys come up with the VPN, the VPNs and all that, bypass some of those things and really go so mad. But anyways, they introduced that taxi, so it took some people off social media. I would say like $2 a month. Let's say like $2 a month. But still, if like it's on anybody on the phone, you know how much money it is.
Yeah.
The way social media. It's just recently, I think, like 2 months ago.
2 months ago? Wow.
Yeah, because it had to be passed through the parliament and all that. But like I told you, like he has more members of parliament like who are leaning towards him. So they make the process look democratic, but then it's it's kind of infringing on the people's rights. Facebook, WhatsApp, when you're there, like somebody will send you something which they actually think will interest you. Then besides that, there is also some people also tweet.
Oh, on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, especially business guys and all that. On top of that, like most of the radio stations do stream online. Pretty much the internet has changed everything. Like radios. Even you go on YouTube, then you find, actually even YouTube is the other source, one of the major sources. You go there, like the TVs at home, that streaming is always recorded and uploaded. Like the major TVs, there's NTV Uganda, then you'll find NBS, that's a national broadcasting station, NBS Uganda, then of course they're state-owned, which is UBC. It is over 100 radios. Yeah, some of them are like for individuals, then others are like owned by churches, others are owned by politicians. What the dictator usually does, he always blames somebody, has blamed the media for causing violence. But remember, you're just capturing whatever is there, you just like the eyes of the people. So I can show this is like 2 months ago, where it said BP used to arrest.
Some parts of
The guy was
downtown
telling
Kampala,
you,
including Chiseka Market,
the Bobby Wine
and
guy, the
Chwanga
musician,
Street, and parts
at the
of
time that he
Kampala
was
Road
actually
remain
arrested,
inaccessible for most parts of Monday
was
following
arrested?
yeah, he was
violent
arrested. So people in here were protesting for his release.